Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning. Let me go ahead and set up this room real quick and then we can get started. Let's see, 6:21. We got about 9 minutes till market open. So let me just get this all set up right here. All right, that looks good. Looks good. Let me get you guys a Zoom link real quick. All right. All right, let me finish setting this up real quick. Let's see, it's good. Hey guys, morning. I'm setting up a YouTube right now. As soon as I'm done setting up the YouTube, we can get started. So let's see, got that done right there. Set this up right here. All right, I think we're good. All right, guys, so happy Friday. Today's the last day of the trading week. Yesterday we had a meeting here at my place. A lot of local traders came over, local members of K² came over, and we kind of had like a mastermind. We went over the strategy and stuff. It was a pretty good session. Hopefully we can do that more often. That was kind of just a tester. It was like a small group, but then a lot of people ended up showing up. And it was cool because we covered a lot of stuff. We covered, pretty much all the strategies live in person. We also covered liquidity zones that I've been drawing. And it's crazy because look, the same liquidity zones that I drew, I did it live with them and it actually played out perfectly. So yeah, maybe hopefully in the future we can do more, live sessions with a lot of you guys here who are local or you guys who want to come and meet with everyone here, because it was a cool session with everyone here who was part of K². So let's see. Morning everybody. Morning Peter. Morning Delmas. Morning Abraham. Morning Matt. Morning Jeff. Morning Justin. Morning David. Morning Stephen. So yeah, guys, today's Friday. Today's the last day of the trading week. So just keep in mind that today is going to be like one of the riskiest trading days of the week. So if you guys do plan on trading today, if you don't feel comfortable, use a smaller lot size, or if you end up losing a trade, understand that today was one of the riskiest days. So, if you don't feel like taking that risk, then I recommend just sitting out the market. But if you guys are okay with it, then, go ahead and take the trade. Just manage your risk properly, depending on how you feel about the trade today. I'll see how I feel about it. I haven't analyzed anything yet. I literally got on the computer just now. So I'm going to go ahead and analyze US 30 shortly. And once I analyze it, I can determine, whether I think this is going to be a risky trade or not. Because I think it is at the all-time high again. Whenever it's at all-time high, it's always risky. Keep that in mind. So let's see. Everybody into the room. Hey, Brandy. Morning. Morning, Matthew. Morning, Rev. Morning, Adrian. Yeah, Rev said I would have joined, but England's a bit far. I agree. Morning, everybody. Yeah, I know. Eventually we'll probably travel around. We'll meet everyone located everywhere. Once everyone here starts getting everything consistent and everything gets on point with everyone here for the most part. Morning, Kyle. Morning, EW. Morning, everybody. Morning, Miles. Let me see the charts now. So we get 6:25. We got about 5 minutes to market open. Morning, Victor. Morning, Charlie. Everyone's making their way in. So looking over here on the 10-minute, we have a bullish bias. The reason for that's because price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. Looking over here on the 3-minute, we also have a bullish bias. Reason for that's because price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. Lastly, here on the 1 minute, same situation. We have a bullish bias because price is above the pivots and the trend meter is green. So everything here is pointing towards a bullish bias. Looking over here at the fundamental side, the overall, well, right now on on the futures data, it's 64 points in the green. So it's also showing a bullish bias, but then we'll have to confirm that once the market actually opens. Looking over here at market sentiment, there's 74% of people are short. So this is perfect. Everything lines up perfectly. We're looking for a possible bullish move. However, just looking at this right here, price is currently at the all-time high. This is literally the all-time high right now. So this makes it very risky because, price can easily come right back down at any moment. So for me personally, I don't know if I'm going to take this trade. If I do take this trade, I'm probably going to take it with a half lot size or maybe even less than that. Because this is what I would consider super risky. So what I'm going to be looking for here is, since we already have the bullish bias, we have the buy signal right here on this candle. I'm going to be looking for price to confirm a strong green candle. That's exactly what we're going to be looking for. It's 6:27 right now. Market is opening in about 3 minutes. So when the market opens, we want to confirm the fundamental bias. We want to look at the fundamental data and make sure that it's best case scenario, it's up 100 points. If it's like green, like 50 to like 60 points, then yeah, that's good too. So, anywhere in the green would be good, but for the most part, if it's over 100, that's going to be a home run hit. So yeah, we got market opening in about 3 minutes, about 2 minutes now. Once the market opens, we can confirm the bullish bias, and then we can take the trade. Hey, morning, Patricia. Morning, Mark. Morning, Carrie. Morning, Taryn. Morning, Maddie. Morning, Miles. Yeah, Rav said it's made an all-time high twice today. I saw it. It's crazy how high it's been pushing, right? It's just been pushing like crazy. A lot of people who came yesterday for our meeting, I marked up, this is crazy too. It played out so perfectly. What happened here was we did this. So I went and I marked up the liquidity zones by hand. So, without the indicators up here, I pretty much marked them up by hand right here. And we were just sitting like watching it because we were trading live yesterday. And like basically I marked this up right here, and you guys can see how perfectly it lined up. So we drew actually the zone is right here. So right here, you can see price broke liquidity and pushed up. And yeah, basically right here, as soon as it came back up, it just ended up skyrocketing like pretty crazy. So right there, it pushed over, it reached here again. And there you go, the skyrocket right there, right? Liquidity got triggered, kept pushing up higher. As soon as it reached this area again over here, same situation. Price pushed up again. It finally hit liquidity right here. And then it just pushed up even higher. So yeah, it was pretty cool to see it like play out live, like, cause I marked this up before everyone even we looked at anything. And then as soon as it finally, price got to that point, it just kept pushing. And it was funny because we were all sitting live together, like we're sitting together in the same room, and people were taking the trades on their phone while we were going over the the liquidity zones. So it's a lot more fun when you do it in person, because you can see it right before your eyes. Like it's not on, like you're not looking at it by yourself, you're looking at it with like the whole group. Morning, Riga. Morning, Kip. Morning, everybody. Patricia's asking, Shawn, when will the new indicator be ready? I'm going to try to have it out by today. So hopefully by today I can get it to you guys. Kip said, I don't like it moving below pivots. Same here. So right here, actually, this is good that it's moving below, because now it's going to have to swing back up, right? Market's opening in about 2 seconds. There we go. Market is officially open. There you go, with that huge push right there. I don't know if I'm going to take it, guys, because it's at this all-time high. It's way too strong right now. What we're looking for is a strong green candle, basically a green candle with little to no wick on top. Right here, we have a huge wick, but we still have about 44 seconds left on this candle right here. So, we'll see. If depending on how it looks, maybe I'll take it, maybe I won't. If I do, I'll let you know. You'll hear that click on my M24. So let's see. We got about 27 seconds left on this candle. Looking over here at the US 30 data, it's up 92 points. So it's very bullish today. Looking at the actual stock index, this thing is, for the most part, it's pretty green. So yeah, our bias here is for a buy, but we need something with a little to no wick on top. The wick right here is too strong. So I don't think I would take this trade. I'm going to take it right here. And you can see right here as it comes back down. So this is going to be the new all-time high. This is the all-time high right here. And, you know, we're just going to look to see if there's going to be any possible entry here. So yeah, this wick is just too strong. So I wouldn't have taken this right here. I need to see it where it's like little to no wick, something similar to, let me see, something similar to this candle right here. So something like this, little to no wick, you know, little to no wick, little to no wick, like these over here. This right here just has a huge wick, and that's why we didn't enter, because look how price came all the way back down. So this is why you guys got to be patient, because if you guys aren't patient and you guys took this trade here, you would have been stopped out right away, just like literally immediately. You would have taken a huge, well, maybe not loss yet, but you would have been in some heavy drawdown. So I mean, we'll see. You guys can see prices just, it's whipsawing, right? It's going back and forth. The bias is still bullish, so it's probably going to keep swinging up, but I'm not going to take the risk on my account just to, like, you know, catch a small profit there, because it's bouncing back and forth. You literally could have hopped in right here and you could have just made, let's see, from down here to here, you would have made another 400 pips just right there. But if you hopped in right here, you would have taken a fat loss. Well, not a fat loss, but you would have been in some heavy drawdown, because it spiked down over 400 pips. So as you can see, the volatility here is pretty crazy. It's just going back and forth. And that's normal for a Friday. Let me check the news today. I'm not sure if there was news this morning. So there was like light news. It was like import prices at 5:30 a.m., which is about an hour ago. We have medium news coming up at 7. So that's in about, you know, 20 minutes or so. But yeah, I mean, whoever, you know, took the buy, a nice profit, because you know, the fundamentals are pointing towards the upside. So, I mean, technically, if you wanted to really risk it, you could have taken the buy and then caught it as it swung back up. But it's not something like that I would do, right? Because I don't take risks like that. I'm here to like make consistent profits. I'm not here to make like a quick buck, and I'm not here to gamble. I'm here to literally make consistent profits every single day. And this is just, you know, it's too messy for me to hop into this trade here, so I didn't take it. Hey, morning, Kenny. Morning, Kenton. Morning, Abraham. Let's see. Nice. Abraham said I caught the buy at the bottom. So he caught it as it came down, because, you know, he used all the information that I was giving to you guys here. I did mention that price was very bullish, you know, looking over here at the fundamentals. It was up like almost 100 points. Now it's only up 66 points. So price is bouncing around like really heavily right now. And the reason for that is because it's at the all-time high. All-time high is like one of the most manipulated price points for US 30, because, you know, it only hits the all-time high every so often. Every day this week, it's hit the all-time high. So the last thing you want to do is enter at the all-time high, and then it ends up coming all the way back down. But yeah, I mean, obviously you guys can see here the range from price from market open, because market just opened right now. It looks like it ranged a lot, but it's only been ranging about 500 pips. So it's not horrible, but it's not great, right? It's definitely not moving great, because it's just too volatile. Like the last thing you want to do is enter a trade and then it goes straight into drawdown. Your heart drops because you're like, damn, I should have just waited. Because if you waited and you caught it from the bottom, you could have made a lot more. Let me turn on my alerts. We can possibly try to catch some scalps here, but I'm probably not going to trade it myself. I mean, just looking at the market right now, you know, it doesn't look good at all. It looks super messy. There's a lot of factors here. One factor is that we're at all-time high. Second factor is we're at the London high. Third factor is that it's just bouncing between the pivots right here. There's a lot of red flags here that are indicating that, you know, this is a really risky trade, because you never know if price will go back up where it's supposed to go, or if it's going to just reverse completely right here. Because now there's 2 rejection points. You know, there's a rejection point up here for the all-time high. There's also a rejection point around this area, because it's coming down and it's rejecting off the London high right here. See this area? And this is going to be risky because the sentiment isn't even that high. Sentiment is currently at 74%. You know, if it was at like 78, 80%, yeah, it'd be very high. But right now it's at 74. It's high, but it's not very high. It's enough for it to push down, because what might happen here is, you know, the market makers and institutions might push down a little bit so that this number over here increases, as time passes and people see that this continues to drop further, normal retail traders are just going to hop into a sell because they're going to get lured into this drop right here. They're thinking that they're hitting the jackpot. They're like, oh, I hit the jackpot. I'm catching it from the all-time high. But in reality, they're just setting up traps. They're letting it drop temporarily. They're like literally letting it drop temporarily to give, the retail traders some wins here, like giving them some profit or some hope. And then as soon as you least expect it, it's just going to skyrocket all the way back up like it's been doing all week. Because this week here has been hitting the all-time highs every single morning, like literally this whole morning. Yeah, no, definitely. So this right here, this red line is the London high, and this purple line is the Asia high. So that's those are the two highs that we have marked up right here. So Eunice, this purple line right here is the Asia high. So if I go over here, you guys can see it a little better. This red line over here is the London high. This is the London low. This purple line is the Asia high. This is the Asia low. And then this green line right here was the New York high from yesterday. That's pretty much it. All right. Yeah, Riga said weird price action. It's really weird today, right? It's kind of going back and forth. So I'm not going to mess with it. It's not really worth the risk. The sentiment is still at 74%, so it looks good. Looking at this over here, let me see where we're at. We have a pending 1 minute signal right here. So a pending 1 minute signal for a sell, but you can see right here prices just going back and forth. So we'll see what happens here. If price continues to drop lower, I'm just going to keep drawing liquidity zones, and then possibly hop into a trade that's pushing up when it starts to come back up to where it's supposed to go. See the fundamentals over here. Fundamentals are still green. It's up 65 points. It's not very strong, but it is up. Looking at the actual stock index over here, stock index is up pretty high. And, it's basically Walt Disney. This is the main one that's holding it up. Walt Disney's up 6 points. Salesforce is up 2 points. United Health is up 1.7. Amgen's up 1.5. Boeing's up 0.6. For the most part, these are all pushing up pretty heavily. There's a couple stocks here that are red. It's just Nike, Goldman Sachs. They're only down about 1 point. Goldman Sachs is now down about 2 points. And that's about it. Everything's under 1 point. So for the most part, it's pretty bullish. I mean, just looking at everything here, Walt Disney is carrying the entire index. They're up 6 points, but for the most part, they're kind of, for the most part, more of them are green than red. So looking at this over here, you can see prices starting to come down even lower. But if the fundamentals decide to hold, if like the fundamentals continue to hold and they don't reverse, then we could probably expect, some sort of reversal back to the upside. So I'm just going to draw a couple of zones right here, liquidity zones. So we got another one right over here. It's not a strong liquidity zone, but it's still a liquidity zone. So here we go. Price came down. It rejected it directly off the Asia high right here. So it looks pretty solid. But yeah, price is moving pretty. Mark said price going nuts on the 10-minute, also huge wick. Yeah, on the 10-minute right here. It's kind of just bouncing around. You have a huge wick on top, possibly a huge wick on the bottom. You could possibly reject off this point and then bounce off right back to the upside. Looking at the high lows right here, it's literally bouncing off the Asia low right there. You can see it lines up perfectly with it. And there you go, that bullish move following it. See how it rejected directly off the Asia low, the Asia high, and then now it's bouncing all the way back up because the fundamentals are green. So, we'll see what happens from here. I'm not going to take the trade though. It's up 57 points because it's not that strong. Generally, you want it to be around over 100 points. Right now, the way that it's moving is just, it's a bit risky. So let's see what we got over here. Yeah, I'm looking at that big push up right there. See, so this is why I recommend that you guys follow fundamentals first, because fundamentals are leading. These technical charts here, a lot of people like to read the charts, but this is all manipulated, right? Like right here, you can see price coming down, but you look at the fundamentals and you're like, damn, this thing's green. Like, why is it going down? because price is being manipulated, but eventually price has to follow the fundamentals. Like it can't be manipulated for too long. It might be manipulated for a couple of minutes, maybe a couple of hours, but eventually it's going to go to where it's supposed to go because the fundamentals here are pointing to the upside. Like if you just look at all these, like down the entire list, there's like literally no reason for it to be dropping the way it's dropping, right? Disney's up 6 points. United Health is up almost 2 points. Salesforce is up 1 point. Boeing's up 1 point. Visa's up 1 point. Amgen's up 1 point. See, all of these are up. So, comparing this to the red stocks down here, these are barely red at all. So this shouldn't be able to overpower it and bring it down. And that's why you're seeing a lot of this movement here, right? It hit the liquidity zone that I drew right here, broke above it. What happens when it hits liquidity? It spikes all the way back, like right back up. Again, right here, price breaks the all-time high. Say if it like closes above there, it's probably going to keep pushing up. So, my whole analysis right here of it being bullish played out exactly like I mentioned, right? I said it was probably going to come down, bounce off the Asia high right here, and then it was going to come all the way back up. And that's exactly what happened. Yeah, and this is just too risky, right? I could have made money off this, but it would have been gambling in my perspective because I'm not really using a strategy. I'm just, I'm analyzing it live and I'm showing you guys what I'm seeing, but then it's playing out exactly how I analyzed it. So, maybe in the future, I'll have like another account where I could kind of just play around with it. Like when I analyze these things, I'll just enter in and exit trades without using like any specific strategy. Or maybe I could create a strategy using this. The hard part for me to teach you guys this, or like for you guys to really understand what I'm looking at, is that everything moves so fast and I'm able to identify this like right before it happens. So if you guys don't get it, it's all going to come with practice. This isn't something where I can just teach you step by step what I'm looking for, because there's different hints that be given out. So for me personally, I look at the fundamentals first, because the fundamentals are always leading. If they're all green, then obviously I'm expecting it to come right back up. So I look at the fundamentals, then I look at the technicals, then lastly I look at the market sentiment here. Generally, if the retail traders are short, I'm going to go long, and they're short right here. So all these people are getting screwed right now because whoever entered that short, like I drew earlier, I mentioned that people are probably entering the short here because they see it dropping. But I said it was a trap, right? You guys go back to like what I just talked about a few minutes ago. I said their price is coming down, but this is a trap because it's just going to come down slightly to give these people some hope and give them some profit or some temporary profit before it spikes all the way back up. And look what happened. It spiked all the way back up and all these people are getting stopped out now. So, it's important that you guys actually understand what we're doing here. You guys aren't just like following blindly, because you guys can still make profit off like the analysis that I'm giving. Obviously, I'm not giving you trading advice. I'm just giving you my opinion of like what I see here. But if you guys are able to decipher what I'm telling you guys and put it into action, then you guys can make profit off it. Just looking at the chat over here, a lot of you guys locked in profit over here. So Raheel over here locked in, let's see, locked in 2,147, right? I didn't call any trades. I didn't take any trades myself. But Raheel over here was listening to what I was saying. He was listening to where I was saying, oh, price is probably going to come down. It's going to trap these sellers and it's going to spike up. And look what happened. He took advantage of that. He made 2,000 off that one trade. Looking over here, there's other people, right? There's a bunch of other people here. Cheryl over here, she took some trades here, locked in 1,488. Great work, Cheryl. She said, I may be done for the day. I'm good. Exactly, right? If you don't have to trade, don't trade. Justin Guy over here took that trade as well. He took the, the information that I was giving out. He locked in 781. Great work, Justin. Jeff Abadi over here locked in a total of 800. Great work, Jeff. No losses, man. Killing it. See Abraham over here too. Abraham took the buy there. He made about 640. Great work, Abraham. So as you guys can see, I didn't take any trades. I didn't even call any trades. I didn't mark nothing up. A lot of people here in K2 have just been, you guys have been following me for like the past couple of weeks, past couple of months, past couple of years. And you guys are able to decipher what I'm trying to give you guys. And that's why it's important that you guys understand, what these K2 indicators do and what I'm telling you guys, because generally what I call out usually hits. I could take the trade too, but the problem is I'm so distracted. I'm here talking to you guys, giving analysis. I could easily just not go on this live session anymore and make a bunch of profit on my own. But I'm glad to help you guys here and make sure that you guys can actually profit by using this information to your advantage. Romano locked in 1,223. Great work, Romano. Over here, 1,718. Great work, Romano. So all of his accounts, his first account, 1,223. His second account over here, 1,718. Great work. Scott over here locked in 552. Nice work, Scott. And yeah, Romano said done for the day week. So Eunice over here as well. For Eunice, trading a 10K account, locked in 108. Great work, Eunice. Maddie over here too. Maddie said entered and exited because it was moving way too fast. He locked in a total of 1,030. Great work, Maddie. So guys, even though I'm not profiting with you guys here because, I'm busy on this live session, answering questions and giving analysis, I'm glad to see that a lot of you guys here are profiting. There's a lot of you guys here who did split this morning. Larishna, she traded gold and US 30, locked in a total of 574 off her one account. Her other account over here, she locked in 4,206. Great work, Larishna. Amazing work here. Larishna is who I was talking about yesterday, right? Larishna has been with me for like over a year now. So like our first message here, Larishna signed up to K2. I can show you what she did. She signed up on June 18 of 2020, right? Larishna over here, her first profits when she was trading with us, she asked all these questions, should I sign up? Should I do this? Should I do that? She's from Jamaica. She over here, we had a long conversation until she actually finally signed up on July 1st of 2020. Look on July 6th, look how much profit she was making. She was making 18 cents, right? She was trading on a personal account, $1,000 right there. She's making 18 cents a trade. She was happy. She was making profit. The next day over here, like on July 7th, she's making a little more profit, a couple cents here and there. She made 75 cents. Fast forward to today, look how much she made this morning, 4,206. So if you guys are consistent and you guys, persevere through like trading, because trading's tough, like you guys are going to lose a lot. But once you guys actually get it down and you guys learn what I'm teaching here, you guys can go from making cents to making thousands, right? Larishna, you can see we have the conversation here from when we first started talking till today. So let's see. Great work here, Jade. Jade locked in 4,332. Nice, Jade, killing it. Roman over here. Roman locked in a total of 984, basically 1,000 at that point. Great work, Roman. Melinda over here. So Melinda locked in a total of, let's see, I'll try to add this up, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. So about 800 here for Melinda. Her profits are still loading right here. She made about 800 there. Great work, Melinda. Essa over here locked in 778. Work, Essa, or Issa. Sorry, I still don't know how to pronounce your name. If you want to correct me, go ahead. And again, right here on Issa's other account, 742. Great work, Issa. Right. Tommy over here, Tommy up 4,835. Great work, Tommy, killing it. Let's see if there's anything else here. Brad over here locked in a total of 814, and you can see these are all different people here that are killing it. It's not just one person. Romanio, man, on fire. So this is from yesterday from Romanio, 1,330. Great, Romanio. And then this one over here, 1,689. Great work, Romanio. And then it's from today, he locked in even more, 1,223. And 1,718. All right. All right, Essa. Yeah, no problem. Essa said it's, yeah, that's right. How you say it doesn't matter. It's okay. Yeah, no problem. So Ken said the 3-minute. So there's a 3-minute entry right here. I just missed it. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to take it. If you guys want to take it, feel free. I don't like taking trades at the all-time high. So if you guys want to take it, I have it marked up right here. But I'm not going to take it myself. This thing is going to the moon. So this is why I was saying that, like, when price reaches a certain area and it's following fundamentals, it's probably going to go up. And it did exactly what we marked up from before. 3-minute full 3-minute scalp, full TP. I'm not going to take this trade because it's too high already. So I got that marked up right there. And you can see the liquidity area, right? So I drew liquidity here. I drew it down here. Price broke it, shot up. Price broke it again right here, shot up. Exactly, right? It did exactly what we anticipated. These liquidity zones are really beneficial if you guys understand how to use them properly. So looking at this right here, same markup that I did earlier, right? So I'm going to go back over here and I'm just going to go back to what I just explained to you guys earlier this session, because everything I said was going to happen, right? Price is coming down right here. I said this was a trap. I said price is probably going to come down. It's probably going to reject off here and it's just going to skyrocket, right? If you guys want to go and rewind the replay, I predicted this exactly how it played out. So it came down right here, it bounced off it, and look what happened. That trap got filled, and now it's all the way up here. And then what do you think is happening right here, right? See this pattern right here? It's the same pattern. It's trapping some more people. So yeah, I mean, just keep that in mind, guys. There's a lot of traps that are being placed out here. And here you go again. It's going to come right back down. You can see huge market manipulation right here. This is why I'm not really trading, because I don't want to get caught in this market manipulation, right? Price spike from here all the way down here, about 500 pips already. Huge trap. You know, this is why I never trade at the all-time high. I wait for it to retrace back a little bit, and then I catch it as it swings back up. Yeah, see, this thing came all the way back down. Super heavy trap right there. So this is, but I think, let me check the fundamentals. If the fundamentals are still green. All right, fundamentals are still sort of green right now. It's up 65 points. Looking at the actual stock index, it's still for the most part green, but it's starting to catch up the reds over here. So like before, there was nothing here that was over 1 point. Now Caterpillar is down 2 points. Goldman Sachs is down 2 points. American Express is down 1 point. You know, the reds are starting to stack up over here. So it's not looking good for the buys right now because it's starting to shift to the downside. This is why I don't really trade on Fridays. And that's why I didn't trade right now, because it was at the all-time high. So at this point, price can possibly reverse. Not saying that it's going to happen, because Walt Disney is still up 6.5 points. It's up super heavy right now. It's basically carrying the entire index on its back, as it's so high right now. It's so strong. And Salesforce is up 3 points too. So, I mean, not to get you guys worried, but this right here is still, you know, it's still pushing up pretty heavily. So going back over here, it did exactly what I just said, right? So I told you guys earlier, I said, check out this pattern right here, right? It trapped people for this sell and it shot all the way back up. Look what happened. It trapped people for the sell again, and then it shot all the way back up. It's the same pattern, guys. Same exact pattern, right? So I see Enzo said that he's trapped. Enzo, I'd recommend that you get out of this trade as soon as possible if you can profit, because you don't want to get caught in the manipulation, right? It's going back and forth right now. It's not really going directional. I mean, it's directional up, but you're going to get caught in some whipsaws. It's not like this. Like, it's not a smooth move, small retracement, then push back up. Smooth move, retracement, then push back up. Right here, it's like up, down, up, down, up. So you don't want to get caught in this right here. Nice. Maddie said caught the dip. So yeah, if you guys understand what I'm talking about here, you guys are able to you know, use this information and take trades, even though I'm not taking trades myself. So definitely great work here. Roman locked in some more profit. He said a little more. You know, he couldn't close out the day under 1,000. So now he's up 1,376. Great work, Roman. Nice. Yeah, no, definitely. Eunice said currently the airplane will fly soon, still trading. I'm done earlier, made my profit for the day. See you next week, Shawn. Definitely, Eunice. So I'll catch you here next week. Definitely great work. Looking over here, Vincent. Let's see, Vincent locked in a total of 117. Nice work, Vincent. Congrats. Yeah, definitely great work there. Patricia over here, she said done today. Price is crazy. She locked in a total of 2,069. Great work, Patricia. Big congrats to you too. See if there's anything else here. Let's see, Maddie said, not my 2K goal, but I'll take it, especially on a Friday. So Maddie's up 1,683 or 1,636. He locked in some pretty nice wins here. You know, small loss right there, Maddie. If you avoided that loss, you would have made 2,000 off that, but it's all good. You know, be happy with what you made, because you made it during a crazy a market this morning. You know, it's bouncing around just a little too much. So I'd be careful with it. Let's see, EW over here locked in a total of 2,076. Great work, EW. Patricia again, 2,069. Brittany over here locked in a total of, let's see, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, close to 1,000. So it looks like Brittany locked in about a total of 1,000 right here. Definitely great work. So congrats to you, Brittany, right there. Paul over here locked in a total of 1,005. Great work, Paul. Man, everyone here is locking in like well over 1,000. Me personally, I didn't trade it on my own account, so I actually didn't take anything today. But you guys are killing it. Albert over here too. Albert's up 233. Great work, Albert. You guys can see all the members here are killing it. Vincent again right here, 117. Duggan said, hey, K2, enjoy the profits. I'm 6 beers deep here in Australia, chasing a good time. No, definitely. Have a great weekend, Duggan. I know over there it's you know, opposite time, so you guys are a day ahead. So definitely have fun out there, Duggan. You don't need to trade today, because I'm sure you made your profit for the week with us earlier this week. RJ over here, nice work, RJ. RJ's up 1,499. Great work, RJ. 100%, man. You guys are killing it. Everybody here looks like they're up at least 1,000 for the day. So that's great for a Friday. You know, Friday's a risky day to trade. You guys are on fire. Let me scroll over here and see what else did I miss. Yeah, David said news in 8 minutes. So if you guys are in some trades, be careful. News is coming up in about 5 minutes now. We have medium news right here. It's a prelim UOM consumer sentiment. So this is basically going to affect the economics, right? Because it's just going to show the consumer sentiment. So we'll see at about 7. It's coming up in about 4 minutes. When that happens, we'll confirm it and see what's going on with the data. So let's see. Is there anything else that I missed here? Razul said, Shawn, hey, Shawn, do you think US 30? All right, sorry. Razul said, hi, Shawn, do you think TradingView 1 in 5 second charts are useful? I don't know what you're expecting to see on the 1 second chart, Razul. I mean, if you have something that you can use, like the 1 second chart, I don't know what you're even looking at right here, Razul. I mean, you like, I don't know if you're trying to catch some trades on here, but this thing moves so crazily. Like, I don't know how you'd be able to catch anything, because even if you caught something here, let me see. Like these 1 second charts, the market moves so fast, you're not going to be able to even make use of this, right? I mean, technically you can if you really wanted to. It's like 100 pips there, but like at this point, you're like literally gambling. If you're trading on the 1 second or you're trading on the 5 second, you're like literally gambling at this point, because you can see there's no consistency in price, right? Like these aren't even real candles; they're like partial candles, because it's so small. I mean, the 1 minute's fine. I don't know if you're having issues with 1 minute, but I mean, if you want to do it, feel free, but I can't tell you if this is because you're asking me if it's useful or not. I've never used the 1 second or 5 second, so I can't really tell you if it's useful. If you have a use for it, then yeah, by all means, go ahead and use it. But I don't have any use for it myself. Like the 1 minute's already, the 1 minute is fast enough for me myself, so I don't even need to go anywhere lower than this. But if you want to use the 1 second or 5 second, feel free. I'm not sure if you use the trial that was given in the course, because if you want to test it out, you can test it out. But for me personally, I mean, I have the 1 second. I just don't see it being useful to me personally. But I mean, it looks like you can still catch some pretty nice trades here. I mean, but you're literally going to be sitting at your computer like every second, like right here. This is at 50. This is at 6:53:35. So if you take this trade right here, I mean, yeah, it'll work, but you're still holding the trade for about a minute, right? So you might as well just wait for the 1 minute chart. But it's just going to be up to you, Razul. Yeah, no, the strategy does. I mean, it works. So just FYI, it does work, Razul. But what I'm trying, like, from my perspective, it moves so fast that you're not going to be able to catch these moves. Like, I don't know how you'd be able to catch a 1 second move, right? Because say, like, for example, here you see the signal and you try to enter it, you're already late by like 5 seconds. So if you want to play around with it, feel free to play around with it. But for me personally, I wouldn't. I would never recommend trading on something that quickly. Yeah, no problem. I mean, it does work though. You saw, like, from what I showed you as well, it does work. It's just risky. Here, let me see. Yeah, Kyle said 10-minute snipe. So let me see. I'm gonna delete this right here because I'm not really planning on taking this trade here at all. I just marked it up because Ken mentioned it. But looking over here, let me hide this. Turn this on. See, there's a zone here. Yeah, actually, I mean, there was a couple entries that were available right here, Kyle. I'm not sure if you noticed it. I mean, you probably did notice it. But there was a couple entries that were, so this one right here, this red candle, this was actually an entry for a snipe, but it looks like it already hit. So like right here, this red candle, if I replay this, you can see right here, we have a wick rejection off the pivot, wick rejection off the structure. We have a buy signal right here. Pivot isn't touching the body. So you would enter this for a long, and this already would have hit TP. So we missed this trade right here. We probably could have caught it, but we missed it. So looking at this right here, if it was to run, it went straight to TP off that falling candle. So that was the most recent one, but it's already done. So it's already hit TP off that. Kyle, there's nothing else over here because there's no wick rejection off any of the pivots on the most recent candles over here. So let me see. I'm gonna scroll down a little bit. Kyle said Rickroll. Yeah, no, we got to make a soundbite for that. Let's see, EW said, I blew a couple accounts early on trying that. I don't use those time frames anymore. Okay, so here's like personal experience from EW. She was trying to trade on the 1 minute and 5 second. She was using it, and then she ended up, blowing accounts because it was just moving too fast. Dwayne said, Shawn, can I get access to the premium Telegram? Dwayne, message me on Telegram, and I can send you your links. I think I emailed them to you. I'm not sure if you saw the email. Dwayne, let's see. Yeah, Dwayne, so check the email because you emailed me yesterday on August 12th. I emailed you right after you emailed me on the same day. And in that email, I gave you your links to the premium groups. So if you want to pull it up, you can check out the email that I responded to you with yesterday. Here, let me scroll over here real quick and see what else did I miss. No problem, Razul. Gallo said it's going to take you 1 second to, yeah, no, exactly. Gallo's 100% correct. Gallo said it's going to take you 1 second to press buy and sell button. By that point, it'll be too late. Here, let's see. Kyle said it's about to go away. Good to know. Peter said the news was negative. Thanks for letting me know, Peter. I totally forgot about the news. So let's see, refresh this right here. Yeah, the news was negative. So you can see right here, price is starting to drop. News was negative. But it's probably going to recover. Just looking, that's probably like a temporary push down. But looking at the fundamentals over here, if it's still really green, it's probably going to just, correct back up. But it's starting to balance out. You can see here it's going down to like 30 points as it gets closer. Once it starts to balance out, price is probably just going to consolidate for the rest of the day. So yeah, looking at this here, price came up, came down, and then here we go. As it comes back down. Now it's at the New York low or the New York high. So you can see how price respects these price points like really well, right? It respects the Asia low right here. And then now the New York low right here from yesterday. Rav said 3 minute sell would have hit, but it was risky. Yeah, no, this 3 minute right here would have hit. So if you took this right here, the reason why Rav identified it is because we have a valid K2 signal right here. It broke and closed past the K2 pivots. The trend meter is red, give another confirmation. So if you took that trade there, I didn't take it, but if Rav took it, that would have been nice. That's a great call, Rav, that you saw there. So Rav saw this right here. I don't know if he took it, but if he took it, straight to TP right there. So, I mean, if you guys are fast enough, this is why it's important that you guys know these strategies so that you guys can take these trades on your own. The strategies are not that difficult. You can literally pick up and start applying them yourself. And if you guys are brand new here, if you want access to it, just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on K2 strategy course right here, and then you'll get access to the K2 indicators and the strategy so that you guys can apply this on your own, just like everyone else over here as well, right? ESA over here is up 1,389. Great work, ESA. Yeah, so ESA said up to 2,500 for the day. Great work, ESA, across both accounts. Patricia over here locked in 2,598. Great work, Patricia. And Tommy again over here, market, he locked in 7,514, said done for the day. Typical Fridays. Yeah, great work, guys. You guys are on fire. You guys, like everyone here is killing. EW too. EW said made about 1,500 more. Going to take my money and run. So definitely great idea there. EW here locked in a total of 3,543. Amazing work, EW. Yeah, the sisters killed it again, man. So if you guys have been on the sessions every single morning, you've seen the three sisters here killing it. We got EW with 3,543. We got Brittany over here is the second sister. Brittany locked in about 2,000 right there. And then we got Melinda over here. We can't forget about the third sister, Melinda over here, with a total of about 1,000, 2,000 right here as well. So both three sisters here killed it, on fire. EW is in the lead though, man. EW has been killing it like 10,000 days, and the sisters got to catch up. So definitely great work here amongst everyone. You guys are on fire. I'm glad to see everyone here profiting. I didn't take any trades on my own, so I'm happy with it because I made a lot of profit this week. If you guys have been following us for this entire month, I've had no losses for the entire month of August. So there's no rush. I'm not here trying to make a quick buck. I'm here to make consistent profits every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, right? You don't have to trade every single day. And there's no FOMO here. Like I'm not getting FOMO where I see people make profits and then I hop into trades, because when you have FOMO, that's when you guys start to take bad trades, because you guys start taking way too big of a risk. But all right, so let's see. Let me see what else did I miss here. Let me check the chat real quick. Prometheus said, do you think I can buy the K2 indicator and make that back to buy again? Or keep the subscription up, I should say. I mean, you've been here for a while, right? Prometheus. I can't tell you personally what you're gonna do, but if you're like everyone else here, you've seen everyone's profits, right? Like you've been here for I don't know how long, like a couple of weeks, couple of months now, and you've seen everyone's profits here. Like I can literally go through like everyone's profits. Like here's Jerry. Like look at everyone's profits for just today, right? So the subscription is $200. Do you see anyone here with less than $200 in profit? Like not one person. Even Albert, right? He's trading a very small account, like a baby account. He's still locking in 200. Like you could literally make your subscription back in a day. Like the subscription is so dirt cheap that I'm gonna have to raise the price because it's just too cheap. People here are making like their whole year subscription with like one trade. So I mean, I can't say for you, Prometheus, like I'm not going to tell you that you can do it just because everyone else here is doing it. But if everyone's doing it, I don't see why not. But with trading, there's no guarantees. Like everyone here follows the rules. I can't say that you're going to follow the rules and do exactly what everyone's doing. So if you make mistakes, it's probably going to be on your side because everyone here is not making mistakes and everyone here has straight wins. I can go to any day. There hasn't been one day this entire year that someone hasn't profited. I could go to like some random day, like May 5th, I don't know, random day right there. CSIC made 2000, right? Slava over here made 832. I don't know, whatever random date. Like, what's your birthday? I'll look up on your birthday and I'll show you what people made on your birthday. March 30th, right? On a Monday, Steven made 18 cents. Steven's killing it right here, 21 cents, 1 cent. And then he goes from there to making 1,435. I think Steven was like, he was taking like accidental small lots. Like you can see here, every day someone's killing it. Jonathan made about 1,300 here. Magneto made about 500 there. Dennis over here made about 100. Viper over here made about 2,000. So it's all personal preference. I can't tell you what you're going to do, but it's possible. Jeffrey's asking, will you ever sell the indicators separate? The indicators are separate, Jeffrey. I'm not sure what you mean by that with your question. I'm never going to sell it. Like you're not going to have like a lifetime deal because I'm updating them every day. Like, so, I'm still doing work on these indicators. So, you're not going to be able to buy them flat out, but they are separate because you could have just live sessions or you could have the indicators. There's like, they're already separate options. Like if you just want access to the live session, you click on this. If you want access to indicators, it's right here. So they are separate, but I don't know what you mean by your question because you're saying, will you ever sell the indicators separately? I'm not sure if you're talking about like lifetime or you're talking about like separate indicators if you just want one. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're asking, bro. If you could be a little more detailed, maybe I can answer your question, but I don't know what you're asking with your question there. So it's the ESSA said 10-minute signal. Let me check real quick. 10-minute. So I think we had like it was like a pending sell probably, right, ESSA? So if it is a possible sell, then maybe market might be shifting. Let me check at the fundamentals over here. Fundamentals are now down at 0. So it's now shifting to the red side. We might be, market might be reversing back to the downside. Looking over here at sentiment. Sentiment is still short though. It's 76%. So this right here is exactly what we are. It's not really what we're looking for, but we don't really want to trade in the direction of the sentiment over here. All right, let me see if I'm missing anything. Brave Line said, we not counting the 3-minute markup for the buy you did. I didn't take a buy. Lion, I'm not sure which one you're referring to. I haven't taken any trades this whole day. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. If you guys, I never called a buyer from today. If you guys saw earlier, we were on the 3-minute. Ken said to take a buy here, and I said I'm not going to take the trade because it's at the all-time high. So it wasn't even a trade. So I'm not sure what you're referring to. That's the only thing that I called. Well, I didn't even call it. I just marked it up. So I'm not sure if you're talking about something else, Brave, or if you're talking about that trade, but that wasn't a trade. You know, if you go back and rewind, I told you guys, I specifically said not to take the trade. So if you took that trade and I said not to, that's on you, right? Because I told you guys not to take it. So if I say not to take it, that means not to take it. That doesn't mean, oh, Shawn said not to take it, but I should still take it. Because I've seen some people, sometimes I'll tell people not to take a trade and they take it and it hits, right? If that happens, great. But if you take it and I say not to take it and you lose, that's like on you because I told you not to take it. So you're doing like the complete opposite of what I told you not to do. So I don't know, I don't know if that's what you're referring to or if you're talking about a different one, but that's the only buy that I could think of that was marked up. So obviously it's not going to be counted because I told you not to take it. So anything else here? Let me see if I'm missing anything. Jeffrey says, so I didn't know there were multiple indicators. Yeah, no, there's a bunch of indicators here, Jeffrey. I mean, there's an indicator for the momentum. There's these lines here. This is the new indicator that I just created. We have the K2 SRs, we have the K2 pivots, we have the K2 SR version 1. There's a lot of indicators here. So if you go on the website, you can see all the indicators, but I'm not sure which one are you referring to. There's a whole bunch here. So if you could pinpoint exactly which one you're looking for, I can answer your question, but I'm not sure which one. So I'm assuming you're referring to the momentum signals right here, the ones that go up and down, but these are all different indicators. So it just depends on which one that you were looking for. All right, let me see what else people did over here. Tyler over here looks like he locked in a total of 830. Nice work, Tyler. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else here. I think that's it. I don't see anything else. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing over here. What else did I miss? Patrick over here too. So let's see. Patrick locked in a total of 1,160. Great work, Patrick. And his other trade over here, 660. So definitely great work amongst everyone here. Kevin over here is closing out this week. He locked in a total of 2,134. Great work, Kevin. Looks like you had a little accident right there. -$5, but everything else is pretty solid. So definitely great work right there, Kevin. 100%. But yeah, I mean, if you guys have questions, go ahead and put your questions on the chat. I can answer your questions from there. Otherwise, I'll probably be wrapping up the session early because I'm not trading today. I didn't take any trades, but I'm glad to see a lot of you guys here, lock-ins and pre-massive profits. But most of you guys here are already logging off. So a lot of you guys made, your 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 for the day. And then you guys are calling it a week. Let me see what other questions here. Randy's asking, what are those alerts you're receiving on TV? They're alerts for the momentum signals right here. So, I mean, I have my alert set up right here for the 1 minute, 3 minute, and 10-minute signals. So whenever we get a momentum signal here on the 1 minute, that's the alerts that I'm getting. Like that right there. This is a 1 minute signal. So when we get a momentum signal right here on the 1 minute, even if it's pending, I get alerted. And that's how I know exactly, where price is likely to possibly swing. So that's the one that I have set up over here. Essa said, happy weekend, guys. See you guys next week. Yeah, definitely. See you next week, Essa. So a lot of you guys are logging off. If you guys have any other questions, I can answer them. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and put your questions in the chat. I can answer them before I log off. Otherwise, we'll be calling it a week. So let's see. Bobby said, you need all the indicators or can this be done with just a couple? Depends on what you're applying, Bobby. Each strategy has its own specific indicator. So if you're applying the 1 minute pivot strategy, then the indicators that you need are going to be the momentum indicator and the pivot indicator. It's just two indicators. This one, the vertical lines, and these K2 pivots right here. So that's if you're applying the 1 minute pivot strategy. If you're applying the 3 minute pivot strategy, it's the same thing. You need the pivots and the momentum indicator. So those are two indicators that are required. The trend mirror down here is optional. So it's an addition. Also on top of that, these horizontal lines are also optional as well. These are just identifying rejection points. If you're applying the snipe strategy, you need the momentum indicator, the pivot indicator, and the K2SR indicator. So these are all different. Not sure if you watched any of the videos, Bobby, but if you watch the videos, it explains to you in detail exactly what you need for each strategy, because each strategy requires something specific. Abraham said, thanks, Shawn. Have a great weekend, everyone, too. Yeah, so definitely, Abraham, I'll see you here on Monday. Falcon said the analysis was on point. Should keep a crystal ball with you next time. with a guru hat. Exactly right. Yeah, no, definitely Falcon. Kenny said, can I get on the Zoom instead of YouTube live? Yeah, I mean, I thought you were already on the Zoom, Kenny, because you've been here for a long time now. If you want access to the Zoom, just click on K2 Premium Signals right here and you'll get access to the Zoom link. If you want access to the indicators and the Zoom, click on the K2 strategy course right here. You'll get access to everything. So Kenny, just go on the website, k2trades.com, click on this link right here, K2 Trading Premium Signals, and you'll get access to the Zoom link. If you want access to the indicators, then click on this right here. You'll get access to everything that's included in here, plus the indicators, and that's how you'll get access to it. So that's how you will you'll grab it from there. Okay, let me see. So EW said, question, I do well, but I find myself holding these trades in the longer. So sorry, let me reread it. EW said, question, I do well, but I find myself holding trades in the red longer than I do the ones in the blue. What can I do to change my mindset so I hold the blue as long too? What I would recommend, EW, is to not put a TP. So I would just not put a TP, and I would just move your stop loss and profit. If that's your problem, where you end up, so that used to be my problem too. If that's your problem, the main thing you should do is set a stop loss, but never set a TP. So like, say for example, right here, say you enter this buy, right? And we're just going to use this for an example. I didn't take this trade here, but say for example, right here, you have like an unlimited TP, right? Like you don't have a TP setup, but you have a stop loss setup, right? Our general stop loss is like 500 to 500. That's like, standard for the 10 minutes. So for example, right here, EW, if you're taking this trade right here and you're going up, and price continues to go up and then it reaches so I mean, there's two ways to do it. So like, say for example, right here, you're already close to your full TP, right? What you can do is you can move your stop loss in profit, and then you can just ride it along with the pivots here. I probably put it right here at pivot 2 or pivot 3. Pivot 4 might be too far off, and just depending on how price is moving. As price moves up like that, you can see it hits TP and it continues moving. So like, for example, if you want to let it run, you can either have a TP there, or you can just continue moving your stop loss higher and higher. Right here, obviously, if you had your TP, you would have made more profit. But in some instances, if you want to keep holding it longer and longer, for a bigger move, you just keep moving your stop loss higher and higher. Obviously, right here, you would have gone stopped out for less than what you would have done if you made the full move. But if you want to take the risk, or here's the thing, like I mentioned, it's up to your preference. Like for example, here, like I mentioned, I probably put my stop loss at pivot 2 or pivot 3. But if you if you think it's going to keep pushing up higher and higher, you can even put it at pivot 4. And then every time it moves up, you just mirror this. Like you can either mirror the pivot 3 or pivot 4. And then as price continues to move up higher and higher, you just keep sliding it, right? Like even here, your stop loss would still be in profit, and then you're just going to keep sliding it higher and higher. But at that point, you might lose more profit than you could have if you just did full TP. So, I mean, it just depends, right? It depends on how you want to do it. Or what you can also do is you can just set a standard TP stop loss so that you get out at the exact price point every single time. So, I mean, there's different ways to do it, but you can figure out what works best for you. Oh yeah, no, definitely. W said, got it. We have to get you to Hawaii. Yeah, no, definitely. So a lot of you guys here who are local, you guys all came to my place. We bowled at my place. We went bowling. We went to my arcade. We had a great time here. We had a session in the beginning. We went over all the strategies. And people brought everybody here. Like people brought their family members. Like Terrence brought his dad. His dad now trades with us. That's awesome. He's an options trader, so he brings value to the community with his insights. Aaron brought his daughter and his son. We brought Mason and Ari to the arcade. They had a great time there too. So we went over trading, we went over business, we went over to go bowling after. We came back, we went over some more trades. And that's something that, I definitely want to go over with you guys, because, we could have fun. We can also do stuff with trading as well. So, yeah, I know definitely at some point, we'll travel around. It's probably going to be like me and Tommy. Tommy's like he's basically my best friend here. And now he's got into trading. He got a payout for like nearly 86,000 last month for FTMO. And then Funding Talent is still holding his 26K payout. They haven't paid him out. I'm not surprised. So probably me and Tommy will go travel around, meet you guys, and then he'll teach you guys what he's learned from me. Because Tommy has his own strategy now I'm not gonna hint you guys, but Tommy has something that he's applying. And you can see Tommy's profit here. So Tommy's profit this morning, Tommy's up 7,000 this morning, just using breakouts. And if you guys were in the live session yesterday, you guys would have seen that, Tommy kind of went over it. But it's going to be a little hint. So, well, we'll see what happens from there, guys. Honestly, we'll now that COVID is, well, hopefully COVID goes away. If it does go away, we'll travel a bit more. We'll travel, and then we'll meet everyone around, because I know a lot of you guys here are located in Hawaii. Some of you guys are located in Europe. I know Rav here is in London. We have Doug in here in Australia. So we'll definitely travel around, and we'll meet you guys in person to teach you guys, right? Other than that, let me see if I'm missing anything. Scrolling down, let's see. Jane said, is the points figure on IG website of any significance, or are you just looking at the percentage? I mainly look at the percentage, Jane. I don't really look at the points here. Yeah, because the points are just the price difference. So if you have it on the daily chart, it's just going to show you that it's, and for the daily, it's up 35 points. Not really necessary, because what you're really looking for is where all the retail traders are. The pricing doesn't really matter as much, because price is going to bounce back and forth. I mainly look directly at sentiment over here, the percentage. Peter's asking, I don't think he will, Peter, because he trades like he basically trades what we're doing here, but without the confluences. So literally you can apply the strategy. Basically all Tommy does is he's using the strategy without you looking at other time frames and without looking at fundamentals or market sentiment. So he's doing like the bare bone, way to apply the strategy. It's risky. It's really, really risky, but it's been working for him. So yeah, if you guys want to try it, if you guys go back and watch like the original breakout strategy, basically the original breakout strategy is just confirming what direction momentum is pushing, right? So like, say for example here, if you didn't use anything, because Tommy literally uses like nothing, he just goes off like the first, whatever the momentum gives on the open. So he does that and he goes for like quick moves. But yeah, it's not something that we're going to teach to you guys because it's too risky. Like, we don't want you guys to use it and then do it improperly and then just blow your accounts. Our main goal here is for you guys to actually be consistent. So yeah, if you guys want to use it, it's going to be really, really risky. I don't recommend you guys use it. But if you guys have, an account to play around with, then you can. But we'll eventually, we'll probably hint the strategy, but you guys can do it yourself. It's a strategy without the confluences, right? So you're doing a bare bone strategy. Don't look on the 10-minute, don't look on the 3-minute, just look on the 1 minute, and then don't look at fundamentals. So you guys can already see how risky it is, right? Because you're not looking at fundamentals, you're not looking at sentiment, you're not looking on the other time frames, you're kind of just going off the 1 minute. So it's not necessarily something that we want to teach you guys because it's just too risky. It's like risky to the point where you can literally blow your account if you take two back-to-back ones and there are not good trades. Let me see what else I'm missing over here. Let's see. Falcon said, Shawn, there's an indicator called MACD with filter. It's nice for Forex. My question is, how can one improve entries on that? I can't really tell you about that because it's not my indicator. So I can't tell you exactly how to make that indicator better. You'd have to ask the person who created the indicator, right? If you're asking about a K2 indicator, I can give you advice on how to make it better. But for me personally, I don't use the MACD. That's like a beginner indicator. I used MACD when I first started trading like 10 years ago. I haven't used it since. So I think you should definitely, I can't really give you my perspective because I didn't create the MACD. I don't know what the, if I knew the logic behind MACD, then yeah, I would be able to help you with it. But I don't have any input on the MACD because I don't have any actual information on it. If I knew how the indicator was created, then I can help you on my perspective, but I don't have any information on it. Falcon, I know what the MACD is, but there's different ways to use it. So you have to be very specific. Are you using the histogram? Are you using the volume? Are you using the moving averages? Are you using, yeah, I know, but it's not my indicator, Falcon. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you, it's not my indicator, so I can't give you my perspective on it. I can't tell you how to make it better because it's not mine. I don't have the, oh, all right, let me just show you real quick. Let me just show you. Okay, this is like you telling me to speak Japanese, bro. I don't speak Japanese, right? I can't explain to you how can I make the Japanese language better because I don't speak that language. Um, like I don't know. I don't understand how like you're not getting it. Like, bro, it's not my indicator, so I can't show you. But yeah, I'll look it up anyway since you're like really persistent. Let me see if I can find it here. Um, like just because I know how to create indicators doesn't mean that I know how every. It's not even on here, bro. MACD filter. Let me see if I can find it. And I'm just like, this is like funny to me, Falcon, because like, I mean, I can't even find it on here, bro. Where's the indicator at? MACD filter. Like just because I create one indicator doesn't know how to, I know how to, every indicator works, right? There's different code that goes into these indicators. The reason I know what I'm doing is because these indicators that I'm using, I created these, so I know the logic that goes behind them. For your MACD indicator, I don't even know what you're talking about, right? And I looked it up, but I can't find it, Falcon. So, I mean, if you really want me to look at it, I can take a look, but I don't, like, I have no idea like what information to give you because it's not my indicator. Let's see. Henry said, are we not trading today? Just missed another 1 minute. Well, not really. I just mentioned that I'm not trading today, Henry. I'm not sure if you just got into the room or if you've been here, but I mentioned I'm not trading today. It's Friday and it's already getting close to 8 o'clock. So I stopped trading by 8. Plus the fundamentals is all screwed up. The fundamentals are still green. Now it's red, right? It's right down the middle. So yeah, Henry, I'm not sure if you've been following along, but if we're trading, we want a bias on the fundamental side. It has to be 100 points in the green or 100 points in the red. Right now, it's only 2 points. So yeah, no, you're fine, Henry. Yeah, because Henry said, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm late. My bad. Yeah, because we've been on the session for over an hour now, Henry, and I haven't, I haven't taken any trades because of there just wasn't a bias on both sides. But yeah, I mean, everyone's already made the profit for the day. I don't know where you've been, Henry, but everyone's already done with the profits. You've seen everyone here. They made the profits and everyone said they're done. So Kevin, he made his 2,000 for the day. He said closing for the week. You got to get on here a little earlier, Henry, because we're on this at 6:30. We're on this actually before 6:30. If you're just hopping on now at 7:30, you're like an hour late. Everyone's already made the profit. So all the profit right here has already been made. You kind of just showed up a little too late for the session. So as you can see right here, everyone made all the profit and everyone called it a day already. I'm only on here answering questions before I log off. All right, so let me see what else Razul said, Shawn, have you ever thought about creating an EA for K2 strategies? I have an EA for it, but it's not going to be for you guys because I'm not trying to train you guys to be lazy, right? If you guys have an EA, you guys are going to be lazy. I mean, some people are like lazy already as it is. They can't even apply like the very basic strategies that we're applying. So I'm not trying to make people lazier than they already are with an EA. I do have an EA, but it's not going to be available to you guys. Let's see. Henry said, yeah, overslept, all on me. Congrats to everyone that made some profits. Yeah, definitely, Henry. We'll be back next week. It's no problem. It is Friday, so it's probably best for you guys to take a break anyways. Patricia said, Shawn, have a great weekend, done for the day, and thank you. Yeah, no, definitely, Patricia. I'll see you here on Monday. Falcon said, MACD with trend filter. It's called, I mean, I could add it for you, bro. I don't mind going over it. I'm just going to show you that I can't really help you with it because yeah, see, like if you want to understand how this works, you should just message this guy because he's the one that created it. If you applied something that was here, let's see, MACD with, like, I feel like a lot of people, they try to let me see, like, see this right here, I don't even know what I'm looking at, Falcon. Like, you're basically giving me an indicator and you're like, how do I make this better? I'm like, I don't know, because I don't know what's on the chart. Here, I'll take everything off. Like, I literally have no idea what is going on the chart. So I personally can't help you because there's just boxes drawn here, but I don't even know what he drew the boxes for. generally there's like a description, right? So if you go over here, MACD with, and then you go over here, read more, he tells you like what this is for, but I have no idea like what he's doing here. So he kind of explains like what he's using here, but I have no idea what he's doing here. He just has a moving average filter, an ADX filter. These are just filters. He has the MACD signal, but the thing is you have to actually understand what each thing does. I don't know what the ADX filter does. I don't know what the MACD signal filter does. You know, just because I created an indicator doesn't mean that I understand what all this stuff does here, because I don't use any of this stuff myself. This stuff isn't used in my indicators, because all of my indicators are based off of momentum. So yeah, Falcon, I mean, there's a, like, if you want any help with this, you should ask the person who created it. So go and message this guy, you know, Far, and then he actually pulled this from another person, Baker over here. So you can, he just rewrote it. So if you want to understand how this stuff works and how to make it better, you should email or message this guy or message this guy right here. If it says K2 on it, then go ahead and message me. But yeah, I have no idea like what they've done on here. Yeah, no, your problem, Falcon. You're all good, bro. I just wanted to explain to you because I mean, it didn't seem like you understood what I was trying to explain to you, that like every indicator is different. You know, they're coded for specific things. All of my indicators here are based off momentum. So that's why I only, like, if it's based off momentum, I can tell you, but his indicator right there wasn't based off momentum. So no, you're good, bro. Don't worry about it. I mean, you've been in the scoop for a while. I know who you are. I know you're not trolling. You're you know, you're a friend to K2. You've been here for a while, and you're not here to disrupt us. All right, anyways, back, let me scroll up real quick. Jeffrey said, I'm in Indiana on Eastern time, looking to relocate with my skills to California. Yeah, no, definitely, Jeffrey. I mean, if you want to make your way over here, make your way over. But yeah, I mean, if it's cheaper to live out there, I would just stay out there, bro. Like, the only reason I'm here in California is because my whole family's out here. If my family wasn't in California, I'd move to somewhere else. But you know, I love it here. I can't leave California. This is home. Let's see. Tal said, do you think Bitcoin going to 51 or 32? I mean, honestly, I wouldn't know, Tal. I don't trade Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like all speculation to me, so I don't even bother with it. But let me see. I can pull it up for you, and we can possibly see. So you said 51 or 32. So you're basically asking me if it's going to go up or if it's going to go down, right? Honestly, I don't know, because it's all speculation. So you said 52, which is like up here. We'll eyeball it from there, or you said 32. I mean, you know, you could flip a coin. You probably have better luck just flipping a coin and knowing whether it goes, because there's like no real historic data behind Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is speculation. If like whoever is controlling Bitcoin, if they want to push it up, they'll push it up. If they want to push it down, they'll push it down. This is like straight manipulation by whoever has the most Bitcoin, right? If they want to dump it, they can dump it. If they want to shoot it up, they can shoot it up. It's just up to whoever wants to control it. So I personally don't mess with Bitcoin, so I can't really tell you. I have no opinion on cryptos at all because I just don't trade it. You know, if I do have crypto, I'm just buying and holding it. I'm not necessarily trading it up or down. So yeah, I can't really give you an opinion on it because I'm not well versed in cryptos. Anyways, let me scroll down. Let me see what else I'm missing over here. Kenny said, my next question is, a Zoom free or is it monthly payment? Kenny, did you try clicking on the link? If you click on the link and did what I told you, you could find out if it was paid or free. And it's quick answer to your question is no, it's not free. Because if it was free, it wouldn't be, you don't have to sign up for it, right? You just click on it and be there. So it's not free. Short answer to your question. But if you want to go check it out, you know, I told you exactly where to look at it. If you just click on the link here, all the information's there. So you go there, enroll. It's not free. I mean, if you really want free, Kenny, I mean, you know, I don't know how much it would cost for you to get better at trading, but if you're on the Zoom session and you're making profit every day, I think it's pretty much worth it. It's just, I mean, it's really up to you. You know, if you really want the Zoom session, you want to catch it with everyone else, then it's available to you. But if not, I mean, if $60 is a lot for you, then, you know, I don't know what else, because it's so cheap. Like literally everyone here is locking in massive profits every day. So it's literally dirt cheap. Like, don't eat lunch for a day or don't eat dinner for a day, and you should be able to cover it for an entire month to basically make as much profit as you need. Other than that, let me see if there's anything else here real quick. A couple other questions here. Let's see. Jose said, I just bought the package that has the courses and indicators, but I don't know where to look for the indicators to put them on my trading view. So Jose, let's see. If you just sign up right now, message me your trading view username so that you can get access to the indicators. We have to unlock your access first. Once you have access to it, you'll go over here. You'll click on indicators up here. You'll go to invite only scripts, and then you'll see all the K2 trades indicators right here that you have access to. So this is how you would access it. But first you have to email me or message me your Telegram username, and then we can unlock your access to it, Jose. So once you do that, I'll do it myself manually since I'm already online. I can help you with that. And then this is how you would get it. You just click on indicators. You probably don't have this here right now, but once you have access to it, this will pop up. And then you can click on the K2 indicators right here on TradingView. Let's see if there's anything else here. Chase said, how does everyone execute so quickly on trades using your strategy? I see a lot of profits made with less than 5 or 10 pips. We never go for less than 5 or 10 pips, Chase, because it's impossible. The spread is like over that. So it's, I think you might be mixing up points with pips, but even at 5 or 10 points, you're still like way off because our minimum is 100 pips. So we never go for 5 or 10 pips. It's at least 100. So I'm not sure where you got that number from. Less than 5 or 10 pips. That's like literally impossible for you to catch 5 or 10 pips. The spread's already like 40 pips right there. So it's like, there's no way to catch that small of a move. But the way that people, it's the same way you enter any other trade, Chase. If you see a trade closing or opening, you just enter buy or sell. You just hit. It's the same situation you do for any other trade. But yeah, 5 or 10 pips, that's like way too. I have no idea where you even got that number because we never go for that much ever. The lowest we've ever gone for is 100 pips. So the way that people do it is they just wait for the trade to close. As soon as it closes, they hit buy or sell, right? If they're on TradingView, they hit buy or sell here. If they're on MT4, they hit buy or sell on the MT4 platform. And we don't even go for we don't go for 5 points. We still go for 10. The lowest is 10 points, Chase. We never go for anything below that because 5 points is still 50 pips. That's like doesn't even cover the spread. So we go for at least 100 pips, which is 10 points, up to 500 pips, which is 50 points. So it's between 10 and 50 points, not 5 and 10. But yeah, it's the same way you enter any other trade. You just, as soon as a trade comes, you hit buy or sell and you enter the trade. It's, I kind of show you, for example, here. Like, so for example, right here, right? If we had a buy here, if this candle right here closed, you're waiting for it to close. And I'm assuming you don't have the strategies, right? So you don't even know what we're doing here. If you understood what we're doing here and you know what to look out for, basically, if you see this trade right here come up, or even like this one over here, right? If you see this trade over here come up, because there's a timer right here. When the trade is closing and all the requirements are met, you just hit buy, and that's how they get in right away. And then you hit close, and that's how you close out right away. It's no different from applying any other entry. It's just entering and exiting. There's nothing really to it. So I'm not sure if you have access to the indicators, if you actually know what we're doing here. Because if you know what we're doing, you'd understand that that's how you enter the trades. You wait for it to, fulfill all the requirements. Once the requirements are met, they just enter right away. And then when it reaches TP, they close out right away. So that's how everyone does it. There's nothing special to it, right? It's like any other trade. You enter a trade, you set a TP stop loss, or then you close out of it right away. Other than that, let's see. One man boy band said 10 points is 1 pip. I think you have the opposite. One man boy band. You have it's the opposite. 1 point is 10 pips. That's how it would be broken down. But yeah, Chase, going back to your question, there's really nothing to it. I mean, as long as you understand the strategy, you just hit buy or sell when the entry comes up, and then you can close it manually, or you can use the TP stop loss. It's just up to you, however you want to do it. But yeah, one man boy band. I'm sorry, bro, I can't even pronounce your username. It's too close. One man boy band. So yeah, for your question, 1 point is equal to 10 pips. 10 points is equal to 100 pips. 100 points is equal to 1,000 pips. You just add a zero to the end of it, and that's how you would calculate that. All right, W. See you tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, on Monday. Have a great weekend. Dwayne said, is Tommy's strategy on the live session from yesterday? No, Dwayne. It's not available on there. It's not something that we're going to teach. So, I mean, if Tommy wants to teach it, he probably will, but he's probably not going to teach it because it's just too risky. So, I mean, I would recommend that you at least get the normal breakout strategy first. If you don't get this stuff, like, I would recommend you at least get down what we're actually applying now. Once you get that, then you can start using riskier stuff. But at the other point, then you can start looking at other stuff. But I recommend learning the basics first before you move on to like the kind of more advanced, more risky stuff. So let me see if anyone else here locked in anything else. I think that's it for right now. Storm August said, how do you trade big lots on a funded without instantly blowing the account if it goes into drawdown with such a big stop loss? The stop loss is actually really tight, Storm. I'm not sure if you're familiar with US 30, or if you're familiar with how the stop loss works, or if you're familiar with how the pips are. Our stop loss is for the 1 minute, it's only 300 pips. The stop loss for the breakout is 500 pips. Actually, it's actually pretty wide, because if you look at the normal range, price is still moving. Like, for example, here, I mean, what's the breakout that we took the other day? So let's see, so like the breakout from yesterday over here, right? Let's go over here. 6:30. Okay. So if let me turn everything off so it cleans it up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you would go into, I don't know how would you blow your account off this, because the thing is, we're using proper risk. So Storm, I mean, going back to what I was just saying earlier, our stop loss is actually pretty wide, right? It's enough to catch whatever move here. The thing is, the stop loss is like, it doesn't matter what your stop loss is. Your stop loss could be 500 pips. Your stop loss could be 1,000 pips. But if you're using proper risk, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. So if you're using a 2% risk for, a 500 pip stop loss, or using a 2% risk for this, it's the same risk, right? So if you're on a 100K account, you're using a 2% risk, you're risking 2,000 here, but you'll still be risking 2,000 here. So I think you might be confused and not understand like what risk management is, because we're using proper risk. Like, for example, okay, let me just show you someone's trades here, right? So let me see if I could find, okay, so like, for example, here, like Steven's on a 200K account, right? He's on a 200K account. He uses a 10 lot. I use a 10 lot too. Right here, our stop loss is 500 pips, right? I mean, I'm just going to use basic math here. I'm just going to show you exactly what I mean by that. If I'm using a 10 lot, each pip is worth $10, right? So $10 times 500. It's impossible to blow your account if your stop loss is right there. The max loss is 10,000 for the day. To blow the account, you need 20,000. So we're only using a 5% risk here, right? So it's like a 5,000 risk. So 200,000, or yeah, 5,000 divided by 200,000. It's a 2.5% risk. It's like literally not very much risk. So Storm, I think you just don't understand like risk management, because it's impossible to blow the account, right? You have to go, in order All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I got disconnected. But yeah, going back to what I was just saying. So yeah, if you guys are still here, back to what I was saying earlier, Storm. So it's the is right here, right? 500. With that, I'm only risking 2.5%. In order for me to blow my account, I literally have to go. So this is where our stop loss is for our trades, right? I'm gonna try to back this because I'm gonna show you how how impossible it is for us to blow our account. In order for me to blow my account, we got to be at here, right? So looking at this right here, Storm, I'm gonna roll in real quick as close as I can. Our stop loss is right here. I could literally go this far back to blow the account. So our stop loss is actually really tight compared to like, you know, what you're thinking, because this is how far I would have to go to blow my account. Because using this right here, I'd only be risking 5,000. So we're using proper risk. We're not using big lots at all. We're using proper lots. That's the lots that you're supposed to use when you're using these funded accounts. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. So there's an explanation for you right there. And this will show you exactly, you know, where your stop loss would be in that case. So, all right. So I think that's it. Unless you guys have any other questions, I think that's it. Henry, good day, people. Time to hop off before I catch FOMO. No, same here, Kenny. That's exactly why I need to log off too. So yeah, other than that, I think that's it. Unless you guys have any other questions, you know, feel free to reach out on Telegram or through email. I have a lot of stuff to go through because it is Friday. I need to wrap up the weekend results. So I need to put all the results together. I'll send out the results shortly once I'm done with it. And then if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out and then I can meet you guys, you know, in the middle. So Nick said, I got to make 5K by next Friday to pass my FTMO. Hopefully next week will be a good one. No, definitely, Nick. I think you should be fine. So other than that, I'll catch you guys here next week. Have a great weekend. Be safe. If you guys have questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I'll talk to you guys on